Okay. No phone, no thoughts. It's time to sleep.
Good evening! Welcome to the 3 a.m. internal meeting.
No, cancel it, please. I'm tired.
Item 1 Media Assignment. Are we 100% sure it was submitted?
Yes.
With the correct file?
Yeah.
PDF?
Yeah. Let it go.
Item 2 Group Project. Have you finished your part?
I made a Canva cover.
That's not a part. That's decoration.
Oh, okay. I'll finish it tomorrow.
One more thing. You volunteered for the robotics booth?
Why would I do that? I study media.
You said it sounds cool. Now, you need to wake up for the class in only 2 hours.
Just enough time to dream about more assignments.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to MindFlicks, the podcast where we flip the switch on the mind and dive deep into what makes us tick. I'm Lujay.
I'm Rodina.
And I am Aya, and today's topic is one we're pretty sure all of us have struggled with at some point: overthinking.
Whether it's staying up at night replaying something we said 5 years ago or obsessing over a decision that seems impossible to make, overthinking can quietly take over our mental space.
To help us understand this, we're joined by Dr. Alexandra Gazis, the one who knows the ins and outs of the mind. Dr. Alexandra is actually a licensed clinical counselor, psychology professor, and the associate director of the Wellbeing Center at AUC.
Dr. Alexandra, thank you so much for being here today. Let's dive right in. Psychology-wise, how could we define overthinking?
Overthinking is usually associated with repetitive rumination or repetitive thoughts of or and rumination is thinking of what is going on now in regards to uh, problems, issues, relationships, whatever it is, and excessive link to it with worry, which makes them both when they are combined. You find the person who's overthinking is not only about just thinking, it's just that you get stuck in a loop of thoughts that you are very and that you cannot escape, and keeps repeating itself very frequently and excessively. And this is where you start not being able to go out of this loop.
And what could be some reasons to push us to overthink more and more?
We have different reasons. Of course, it depends on the person and the individual. For you to become an overthinker, could be that you have a perfectionist tendency. It could be that you have some tendencies of OCPD or whatever. It could be that you were suffering or you have an old trauma, something that you could not resolve in life or with someone or whatever. Sometimes overthinking is very much associated with depression and anxiety. So it really has several reasons that you really need to put your hands on in order to resolve the issue.
Is overthinking something that changes with time? In other words, are we more likely to overthink as we grow older?
Yes, overthinking is changeable, especially that if you go and utilize proper therapy, such as CBT, such as cognitive therapy, a lot of other types of therapy can work with this type of overthinking. Does it change by age? Usually life when you grow, it becomes more stressful and more challenging. So overthinking can be, if it's not properly resolved and properly managed, it could severely affect you as you grow older. But on the other hand, if you really know the tools of how to control it or go through to therapy to be able to manage it, it could actually get less, not more.
The people around us play a role in how much we overthink.
Of course, people around us can have a direct effect on this overthinking. People who judge us, people who uh, indirectly abuse us emotionally, people who always give negative comments, no encouragement, and so forth. Decreases the self esteem, people who you are dependable on in relationships. So, the more, of course, you get aware of this, and get to know about it, the more you can easily manage it.
Let's get now to consequences. How overthinking can actually hurt us.
Overthinking, of course, can drain your energy and drain the ways you try to balance yourself and your well-being. It decreases your focus. Of course, it can go into decision making and delays decision. It goes into anxiety, insomnia, depression. It increases them. It could easily and for a long time. It affects the physical health wellness of yours. It could affect you physically, migraines, always fatigue, pains, and so forth. And of course, it could easily damage relationships.
Is there a silver lining? Can overthinking ever be useful?
The moderation of overthinking, moderation, I'm repeating, moderation of overthinking can sometimes improve planning skills, can enhance your problem decision making, can improve reflection on things that you have done and you learn from your past experience. But again, on moderation, you don't do it a lot.
To wrap things up, Doctor, what are some tips you can share with us and our listeners to manage overthinking while still keeping the benefits of thoughtful reflection?
That's a very, it's a very long answer. So I will try to make it very short, but of course it's deeper than what I'm saying. I mean, you need to really work on each one, and it has several layers in regards to these tips. One of the things that we work very much with is, of course, the cognitive therapy, and how we start working with the beliefs and the thoughts of the person. Sometimes we use CBT, cognitive behavior therapy. Of course, we do a lot of mindfulness. Mindfulness now is very famous for controlling overthinking patterns. We do also teach relationship boundaries if this affects your relationship and relationships with others. So this also needs some work on it. Of course, we all do this with parallel healthy physical activities that you must do while working with your emotional and mental state, because it's all a unified balance circle. I mean, you cannot work alone in one part and just neglect the other.
Such helpful advice. Thank you so much, Doctor, for being with us today, and thank you for shedding the light on an issue that actually most of us struggle with.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to always be kind to yourself. Take care and keep growing. See you next time.